Sup folks, and welcome to a new playthrough, this time featuring Super Mario World. Yeah, I was kinda hoping I could do like a co-op playthrough of this game, but unfortunately I didn't really have the people power to actually do so. So I figured, you know what, I could easily do this on my own. I mean, what's the big deal? I've always done stuff on my own anyway. But yeah, I really wanted to touch on this game eventually. Usually, like all or most Let's Players touch on this game. It's usually this, Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, maybe a few would do Majora's Mask, and I might still touch on that eventually. But for now, I figured it's time for a new playthrough, something I can easily tear through, and that's Super Mario World. And I gotta be honest, I never actually got to own this game originally when I was a kid. Like, what is it? We had the regular NES, we had the Sega Genesis, but unfortunately I just never had the opportunity to own like a Super Nintendo. So the fact that Virtual Console exists, along with like Nintendo re-releasing their games on later systems like the Game Boy Advance, was a really good opportunity. In fact, the Game Boy Advance was my first actual chance. Advanced chance. Take it. Too low, yeah, okay. Check this out, check it out, check it out. Huh, yeah, 25, first try. But yeah, my first true opportunity to like actually play and own Super Mario World was on the Game Boy Advance. And I was super thankful for the time because it was like, not only was it a Super Nintendo type game, but it was also portable. So it was like, yeah, I got to enjoy this. And like, I played that game to no end. And like, so many places I took my Game Boy Advance and Super Mario World with me. Oh, oops, let me just put this down. Get out of here, and hit that button. Yeah, it was definitely during like the transition when my family was moving like from Germany to Kansas. And like, even in between, I just like played the game nonstop while we visited Scotland, while we visited England, while we just all over the place, and it was just so much fun and good memories. And it turns out that the Game Boy Advance version is actually kind of more updated to the Super Nintendo version, especially with voices added like just what I needed and lucky and all that kind of other stuff. I don't think the graphics really improved that much because, you know, you don't really need to improve on graphics like this when it's shrunken down to like a 3-inch screen, or maybe even smaller than that. The Game Boy Advance screen really wasn't that big. But yeah, Yellow Switch Palace completed. And also, I think it might be worth noting that I plan to do the long routes in this game. Not every stage, because Lord knows there's some stages I'm just not really the biggest fan of, but you know, I can take my time. Okay, there goes the one up. I didn't care anyway. But yeah, I could take my time. I could enjoy the scenic Hutter routes, the routes, as some people say. How do you say it? Route or route? It really doesn't matter, actually, but whatever. Hey, Yoshi, how you doing? Yo. Hit that. Yo. Yo. Eat it. Yo. Oh, crap. Yoshi, come back. I need you. Yoshi! If you don't just stay in my life, well, fine. If you want to go see different people, fine. I don't need you. I don't need anyone. Back in my day, it was just me and Luigi. True brothers back in the day. We didn't need nobody. Hey, what up? What up? One up? Oh, schniggity snap. But yeah, oh man, just losing my train of thought. Let me get off this thing real quick. Deuces Yoshi. Let's see what's up. He is Yoshi coins. But yeah, I'm trying to think, like, about just stuff in general. And I'm kind of just lacking in stuff. That, back in the day, if you were one of those kids that were only fortunate enough to have, like, one of the, you know, many systems that were out there, high chances you were either a Nintendo kid, a Sega kid, or you were lucky to have both. But maybe you didn't have the late 50. Oh, schniggity snap. That brings it up to 75. Who even says schniggity snap anymore? Surely I don't. But yeah, unfortunately, I was kind of the dated console kid. And because we didn't have a Super Nintendo, I missed out on so many good Super Nintendo games. Like how everyone has their memories of like Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and like Unicycle or whatever that game's called. And so many other games in between. I never had a real opportunity to enjoy that unless I went to like the youth services place where they often had like the latest system, or that friend up the road who happened to have a Super Nintendo. Of course, that was the only reason why I went to that friend's place, but it was definitely a good incentive. But yeah, I can't say I would be as much of a gamer as I am today if not for my brother actually keeping up with that information of like, you know, the latest console, the latest games, the latest systems, and that kind of stuff. Because, what is it? After the Sega Genesis and Nintendo, we didn't get a new system until the N64. And I think I told this story on the channel before, but it never hurts to, like, you know, repeat, because who's going to watch the older videos? I sure wouldn't. I mean, anyway. So yeah, that it was funny. Like, my brother and I were visiting our dad, and like our dad took us to Toys R Us and said, "Okay, DT Ray, you can only get like he's Jamaican and he has a really like a deeper voice than I do, and my voice isn't really that deep to begin with. They're like, DT Ray, you can only get like one toy before I take you back to your mom." And like I went like, "Yeah, I want this one cool board game called Rebound, which had these little toy marbles that you could actually bounce around like some rubber bands." It was like, what would be the game exactly? It would be like shuffleboard with like toy marbles, and it was pretty cool in my opinion. And then my brother somehow convinced my dad like, let me get the N64, and I had no idea what it was. I never heard of the N64 in my life. Although I think we must have seen it at like the old Best Buys, where you walk into the store and you see like a giant TV or like nine CRT monitors put together to create like a giant big screen. But yeah, that was like my only experience seeing the N64, but I never truly thought about how you could buy the system and take it home. So, like from that day on, like my brother and I had an N64, and it was pretty cool. We got to play Mario 64. We got to play Yoshi, come back! Yoshi-do! Thank you. Super Mario 64, Mario Karts, Star Fox 64, which is like one of my best memories of, owning an N64. What else? Yoshi Story, like, it just opened up so many more possibilities. And especially when we moved to Germany, that's when my brother started collecting more and more game magazines. And kind of through, like, osmosis and following what he followed, I actually got to learn more games that I'd personally be interested in. But while he was, like, opening his horizons towards the PS2 and all these cool other games, I kind of stayed somewhat dormant. Sticking with the Mario, the Sonics, like, games like those. Hup, hup, wait, hup, 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 hup. At least let me hit one. Hup, star, okay, fine. Hup, 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 hup. No, you get back. Did I, one, that's it, just one? Just one, really? Fine. Oh well, I just beat this stage, yeah. But yeah, so, like, I really do have to thank a lot of my eventual gaming thanks to my brother who, not literally, metaphorically opened the doors towards all this other stuff. Although I do believe getting a PlayStation was my idea. Yeah, I think it was my idea. That, I think I, like, saw it in the store, like, ooh, PlayStation, let's get that. And, like, we tried to figure out what games to get for the PlayStation, because it's not a Nintendo system. I'm not used to, like, non-Marios, and it's because it wasn't a Sega system, I wasn't used to, like, non-Sonics and stuff. So we just started picking up random stuff. I think some of the random stuff we picked up was Rival Schools, which was a fighting game, and a really good one at that. And wait, there it is. Da-dum. Yeah, Rival Schools, Brave Fencer Musashi. We picked up a game called Rascal and never touched that game. I don't know why. But yeah, it's being a little kid growing up during like the 90s, really, oops, wrong button. It's hard to say. It just was an interesting experience in general as far as becoming a gamer and trying to get them as you can. Take this. Wait, which Koopa Kid is this? God, they look so outdated. And you're dead. Cause Mario just beat the stage. Yeah. No. Oh, man. They'll tell me the name of whose castle this is. Thank you. Bomb. Mario has defeated the demented Iggy Koopa in Castle 1 and rescued Yoshi's friend who is still trapped in an egg. Together, they now travel to Donut Island. I forgot so much of this game is named after foods. But yeah, it would be ideal if I could go from boss to boss, beating the game, and like do episode by the boss levels. Excuse me, but chances are it's going to get more difficult along the way. But this would be a good place to stop, in my opinion. So next episode, Donut Plains, Super Mario World, DTFaux, deuces.